Today is the 200th day of the year, and it's the 200th day of my run streak, and I absolutely love my run streak. I've really enjoyed it. I've not looked back since I started, so I thought today would be a good idea to do a video of 9 of my top reasons why you should start a run streak. I'm also going to include a few of the maybe negatives about a run streak, so you've got all the information you need to decide whether a run streak is right for you. If this video helps you out, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel and like this video, because that would really help me out. So number 1 is a run streak can help you stay focused on running even through times when you're not feeling motivated or enthusiastic. It's really easy to make progress towards your goals when you're feeling excited about what you're doing. You want to do it, and you know no one can stop you from doing it. But when you're not feeling great about it, that's when your consistency is going to slip. But a run streak will just help you push through those times and make progress towards your goals even when you're not feeling motivated. Number 2 is that days off can often lead to more days off. Before I started my run streak, I would have maybe 1 or 2 days off a week. And I noticed that even in as short a space as a day or 2 days, I could kind of lose focus on running. I wouldn't eat very well during those couple of days, and it would kind of make the first run back at the start of the week maybe a little more daunting, and then maybe that run's a little easier to miss, and then again you kind of have a snowball effect where you've missed 2 days, 3 days now, and then that next run starts to be a big deal. Whereas when you're on a run streak, you don't really have time to get too worried or concerned about the next run because it comes around too quickly. Number 3 is that you get a lot fitter when you start a run streak. Obviously, if you do something every day, you're going to do a lot of it. Now, I do at least 5k a day, so the minimum I'll do a week is 35k a week. I'm starting to average around 70-80k a week, but even when I have busy weeks where other things take over perhaps, I'm still getting in 35k a week, so it's not too bad. And my fitness has come on a long way since starting my run streak. I'd say over the last 200 days I've progressed better than any other period in my running life, so to speak. I've remained uninjured for 200 days, and I've consistently made progress towards my goal for 200 days, which is awesome. Number 4 is that it can really keep you in check during times like holidays or times of your life where you're maybe eating or drinking more around Christmas and things like that. See, when you're not on a run streak, you might take a couple of weeks off from running or a week off from running, and you don't really notice the effects of the behaviour that you're currently having until maybe your first run back and it really hits you hard. Whereas when you have a run streak every day, even if it's a small run, you're kind of reminded of the toll it's taking on your body, the lifestyle you're living at the moment. So if you're out the night before and you ate loads and you drank loads, the very next day you don't feel that great when you're out on your run, and it kind of helps me at least to kind of curtail my behaviour a little bit, so I get a bit more of a balance during those sort of holiday periods, which I really like because I don't like coming back from holiday and feeling like I've lost a lot of fitness or gained a load of weight. Of course, in life there's times where you do have to let that go a little bit because you want to have fun as well, but a bit of a balance for me is really good. Number 5 is running is a great way to manage your mood, and I just find that I am a better person. I'm a more motivated, more positive person on days where I have been for a run than on days where I hadn't been. So running every day is just something that I really wanted to do because I wanted to feel those benefits every day of my life. Especially if you can get out in the morning, get your run done early in the day, and then you really get the benefits of that throughout the day. I find that I'm more productive and more positive, and I just get more done, and I'm happier. So why not feel like that every day? Number 6 is that it can give you a great sense of achievement. There's lots of different things in running that you can do, like run a really fast 5k or 10k or half marathon or run an ultra, and a run streak is another one of those things. It's another kind of accolade that you can get as a runner. So I set out to run every day of 2018, and that would be a really great achievement if I can get to 365 days and ran at least 5k on each one. That's something I'll be really proud of. There's of course lots of other little milestones along the way. Getting to 30 days was felt great the first time I achieved that. This is actually my second run streak. The first run streak I did, I got to 40 days, I think. So getting to 30 days felt really good. Getting to 100 days felt great. That felt like a real achievement. 200 days, less so, and I think that's just because the second 100 days have been so much easier than the first 100 days. But I think getting to the full year will be a great sense of achievement for me. Number 7 is that you'll go on some amazing runs that you would have otherwise missed. All of us don't feel motivated from time to time. We don't feel like going out running, but the vast majority of times when I have been out for a run, when I felt like that, I've been really glad that I've gone. And some of the time I actually have a really good run and that I enjoy loads that I just wouldn't have expected at all. From time to time I don't feel like going running and I go running and I don't really enjoy it at all, but those times are in the very small minority. The vast majority of the time when I don't feel up for it, I'm always really glad I went. So number 8 is a bit of an abstract one, but the mentality that a run streak can give you, I think you can apply to lots of other areas of your life. Now, most of the time when we don't achieve what we've set out to achieve, it's probably just because we've stopped for some reason, we've just fallen out of routine, we've been distracted by other things. And I think a run streak has kind of taught me that if you can make a little bit of progress every day and be consistent over a long period of time, then you stand a much greater chance of reaching your goals. And since I've been doing my run streak, I've tried to apply that mentality to other areas of my life. Starting this YouTube channel, I think, is one of the side benefits for me of starting my run streak. Number 9 is that I actually think it can help you avoid injuries. Now, a lot of people will criticise run streaks and they'll say that you're more likely to incur an injury if you run every day. And I would agree that in some cases that if you run hard every day, then that can definitely lead to injuries. But I've actually found that this 200 days has been my most injury-free period since I started running 4 years ago. And I think there's a few reasons for that. The first reason for that is I think that it just makes me a little more conscious of when I might get an injury, and because I'm protective of my run streak, I'm more sort of adverse to taking risks that I don't need to take. So sometimes when you're out on a run, you feel a little niggle, and in the past, maybe a year ago, I thought I'll just push through that, or I really want to post a good time to Strava today because my friends will see it and they'll hit the like button or whatever. But when you've got you're 40 days into a run streak, you desperately don't want to get any injury that will take you out for even a day. So I think you just tend to back off a little sooner. For me anyway, I've backed off a little sooner. When I've done races, I've been a bit more cautious of where my feet are landing. I've just been a little bit less gung-ho. And of course, we all know how important it is not to get injured. I don't want to get injured because I enjoy running so much, but aside from that, in terms of trying to achieve whatever goals you've got in running, staying injury-free is probably the most important part of reaching any running goal. Okay, so there are some downsides to a run streak as I've perceived them over the last 200 days. So let's go into those as well so you've got a bit more of a balanced view. So number 1 is that obviously you don't have any rest days, and there's times where I feel maybe the best thing for me to do that day would be to have a complete rest. However, overall, I think that the way that the run streak keeps me focused on my running, there's more benefit to my overall fitness than if I did take, 1 day off a week. Now, people, again, you will hear say that running every day will lead to injuries, and I've got more about this in my other video, which is how to keep a run streak going. But what I will say is that running every day hard will probably lead to injuries, and I do have what I call a running rest day where I'll run the shortest distance to meet my run streak criteria as easy as I can possibly run it. So I'll do some really laid back, slow 5Ks as easy as I can take them. So number 2 is tapering can be effective. Now tapering, for those of you who aren't familiar with the term, is that when you wind down a training plan before a race, so you're really well rested for that race and you can kind of peak on race day. Now I'm in the middle of a marathon training plan. Well, not in the middle, right at the end. I've actually started my taper now. And one of the problems that I've got is that taper does conflict with my run streak. Now, I've ran 5K a day, every day for my run streak so far this year. And my training plan calls for a 20-minute run on the day before my race. A 20-minute, very easy run. Now, it takes me around 28 to maybe even 30 minutes to run a super gentle 5K. So that's obviously going against my training plan. That's not the optimal thing to do that day to prepare for my race the next day, and it's a race that I've worked very hard for. So in that instance, I wish that was kind of different. I think what I'm going to do is run kind of for 20 minutes or maybe even 15 minutes, stop, walk, run again. Just take it super easy. That's probably the best thing I can do. So number 3 is kind of the flip side of the coin to a point that I mentioned as a pro, which is how a run streak can help you curtail your behaviour during things like holidays and that sort of thing. Now, there's been a few times in the last couple of 100 days where maybe I would have had a better time if I didn't know that I was going to have to run the next day. So like a wedding that I've been to and that kind of thing. And you know, sometimes it's just good to let yourself go completely, and you don't really want it, you know, that niggle in the back of your mind saying, hold on there, you've got to go running tomorrow. Maybe put the beer down, because you know, sometimes we just want to get completely hammered and not have to worry about it, which is absolutely fine. Okay, so there you go. That's my pros and cons for run streaks. Now, I absolutely love my run streak. It's really changed my life for the better. I'm fitter because of it, and I'm just in a better place in life in general because of my run streak. So I'd highly recommend giving it a go if you think it'll be suitable for you. And if you do decide to give it another go, please watch my other video, which there'll be a link on the screen now for, that's going to give you some advice on how to keep a run streak going and to have a successful run streak. Okay, that's it from me. If this video has helped you out, please consider subscribing to this channel, hitting the like button and hitting the notification button as well. It's a new channel and I'd really appreciate your help. Okay, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.